So we've got Bitcoin attacking 90,000 again, and any day now it's going to break through this 90,000 level convincingly. But that's not what I want to talk to you about today. Today I want to talk to you about meme coins, because this week there has been a retail frenzy and been a lot of money that has been made in meme coins. And it's not all meme coins, but it's the meme coins that are getting listed on the big exchanges. And the reality is that if you can spot the meme coins before they get listed, and you can the meme coins do get listed, you can make huge returns, and you can make these huge returns very, very, very quickly. And that's what today is about. I'm going to show you a whole lot of meme coins that are soon going to be listed on Binance, on Coinbase, and on OKX. I'm going to show you how to identify these meme coins. I'm going to also then show you how to trade these meme coins, because it's not only about getting in. What you need to know after you get in is you need to know when to get out. And we've done a whole analysis on when the right time to get out of these meme coins is. So if you want to make money on these meme coins, if you want to capitalize on this meme coin frenzy, this is going to be one of those dirty degen shows. And to be honest, that's the only place where people are making money, on these meme coins. So we need to attack these meme coins, and we need to attack them in a fundamental, systematic way. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So huge show. And you can see from our new studios. Let me know what you think of the new studios, by the way. Let's go, guys. I'm so excited to be back from the travels and back in the new studio. Let me know what you think of the new Banter Studios. I love them compared to the old one. I really do love them compared to the old one. But let me know what you think. I think today's going to be a really cool, really fun show. It's all about the meme coin frenzy and the amount of money that's actually that is being made in meme coins. Because you know what, this week there was a retail frenzy that was ignited by a whole lot of things that we'll actually talk about. But there was a massive retail frenzy that was ignited. And this retail frenzy is not about Bitcoin, and it's not about the altcoins. It's only about the meme coins. And in fact, I saw a tweet which I think is really worth talking about, which was this tweet over here, where Taiki says, alt season will be for memes, not for utility and tech altcoins. Most utility and tech coins are either fairly valued or overvalued. Trust me, I've spent the last 2 years analyzing mid-curving this more than 99% of the industry. This meme coin, this altcoin cycle, this altcoin season is not going to be an altcoin season. It's going to be a meme coin season, which may then later become an altcoin season. But for now, the real money is being made in meme coins, and specifically the real money is being made in meme coins that are being listed on the big exchanges. And what we're seeing now is we're seeing this battle between the big exchanges to list the meme coins first, because they want the volume. And so if you know which coins are going to be listed, and you know when the coins are going to be listed, and you know how to trade the coins when the coins get listed, you can make huge money. And I've seen it being made this week. And to be honest, I landed up calling one because I applied this new system myself. I said, hearing Mudang Binance spot listing soon. To be honest, I was wrong about the exchange, but I was right exactly about the listing. And bang, I got it right. Took a 10x leverage on, it went up 60%, made myself 660%. That's what I'm going to show you how to do today. I want you guys to see what I saw. I want you to apply the system that I applied, and I think that way you'll end up making a lot of money. So if that sounds worth your while and worth your time and worth your energy, I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking you guys to smash the like button. I will do the rest. I'm going to bring you an amazing high alpha show. And if, of course, you want to join the community, just subscribe to the channel. It really does help us a lot when we get subscribers. It's one of the things we're going to talk about today is the increase in subscribers that we've had. This community is absolutely exploding. Anyway, let's get into the alpha. Let's release the alpha, as Swift Chain everyone says. Let's just release the alpha. So let's quickly spend 1 minute just looking at Bitcoin and the markets. So Bitcoin is now attacking that $90,000 once again. It's attacked it a few times in the last couple of days. As you can see, it's been rejected every single time. If I quickly do a spot check on the funding looks green, not too much yellow on the funding, which means that right now the markets are not really overheated, but we are getting an attack on that 90,000. And I think it's being fueled by the change in the United States, all the big changes in the United States. I think yesterday we heard Trump talking about the fact that he may eliminate all capital gains on cryptocurrencies issued by US companies only, because he wants to bring back the cryptocurrencies into the United States. We also had some other really cool news. We think that Gary Gensler may actually be resigning, and this is after 18 states filed to sue the SEC. He then made a speech yesterday, and in his speech, he said something. Before I close, I want to say something about the SEC and its staff. It's a remarkable agency. The staff and commission are deeply mission-driven, and he gave this whole long sob story about, like, quite an emotional story, and that led to people thinking that Gary Gensler may actually resign. Now, the truth is, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did resign. He knows that when Trump comes in, he's going to get fired. There's no doubt about it. And if you know that you're about to get fired, then what's the most elegant thing to do? The most elegant thing to do is actually to resign. And that's pretty much probably what Gary Gensler is going to do. Now, as far as I know, to this point, he hasn't resigned yet. But I mean, after a speech like the one we saw yesterday, where he says to the lawyers, the accountants, they could choose they choose, though, to work on behalf of the public at the SEC. It's been a great honor to serve with them, doing the people's work and ensuring our capital markets remain the best in the world. Now, that's almost like a farewell speech. And so we could be saying farewell to Gary Gensler as much as we want, much sooner than we actually thought. All right, so with that in mind, what's happening is Bitcoin attacking 90,000 again. But again, this is not really about Bitcoin. It's about altcoins, and it's not really about the altcoins, although you do see that the altcoins that are running are the ADAs, the Cardanos, the XLMs, the HBARs, all the ones that I spoke about in our show that we did the other day. Remember, we did a show the other day, and in that show, I told you guys that the meme coins and the coins that are like the meme coins, the altcoins, I did that whole TikTok show. And I told you that the altcoins would actually start running would be these old altcoins, the ADAs, the HBARs, the XLMs, and the Cardanos. And that played out absolutely, absolutely perfectly. You can see it today in a sea of red. The ones that are actually up are the ones that I spoke to you about the other day. But it's not about the meme, it's not about the altcoins, because I think this tweet kind of summarizes how it's not about the altcoins. It's a tweet from one. He said, the first time Bitcoin hit 70,000 ETH was at 4K. The second time Bitcoin hit 70,000 ETH was at 3,900. The third time Bitcoin hit 70,000 ETH was at 3,300. Now Bitcoin hit 70,000 for the fourth time. ETH is at 2,500. The altcoins aren't moving. ETH's not moving. The only altcoins that are actually moving are the AI coins, and specifically the meme coins. And for the purposes of this, I want to spend the day talking about the meme coins, because as Taiki said, this alt season is going to be a meme coin alt season. I think the whole crypto alt season is actually going to be a meme coin alt season, and only at the end we're going to get a rotation into actual quality meme coins, because as he says, most tech and utility are fairly and overvalued. But with memes, there's no such thing as fairly and overvalued, because you don't have a criteria for valuation. So just like he spent 2 years studying the meme coin industry and doing models on which ones have the most usage and the most addresses, that leads you to a valuation. And as soon as you can apply a model to something, the valuation will always be lower than any coin where you can't apply a valuation. And so that is why I think the most fun this cycle and the most money that will be made in this cycle is going to be made out of meme coins. And the way that you can make money out of meme coins is specifically there are two ways to make money out of meme coins. The first way is a very, very, very high risk way. And that is that you go to pump.fun and you start speculating on the very, very, very small meme coins that come out of pump.fun. And if you bet on 100 of them and you land up holding those 100 meme coins, you'll end up making money. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is to actually trade the meme coins before they get the exchange listings. And that is where the real money has actually been made this week, right? So if you look at like this week, it's been an amazing week. Peanut was listed, Pepe was listed on multiple exchanges, Mudang has been listed, and these are causing 100%, 200%, 1,000% pumps in these actual meme coins. And people, I mean, I know people, young people that have never worked before, people that have never had a job before, making insane money on these meme coins. People buying very cheap and then holding into an exchange listing. And you can see there's an unrealized profit share of $48 million on this account. On this account, there is a guy bought $17 worth of peanut. Now his bag is worth $3 million. Now, a lot of these are actually real screenshots, right? And these are real screenshots with real people making real money. And the idea is that you've got to be able to understand how they're making the money. And that's what I'm going to break down for you in today's show. I think the reason why this is happening is because the truth is we're all here to make money. Let's stop bullshitting each other. The reason why we came to crypto is because we like to make money. and we like to make money in a fun way where we pump our adrenaline. And that is what memes actually give us. Meme coins actually remove the window dressing. They remove all the delusions of why we're in crypto. We're here to gamble, and meme coins are the only blockchain application that doesn't make it more complex than it needs to be. We used to gamble by saying, look, there's a number of users and there's a number of active addresses. Now we say, look, we're actually just here to gamble. We had to make money. We had to make money whilst increasing our dopamine. That is specifically gambling. And meme coins are the purest form of gambling. And they're not tainted by this thing called fundamentals. Because the minute that you mix fundamentals into the whole thing, then you've got to start doing valuation models and you've got to start doing comparative valuation models. When you're talking about meme coins, you can't compare a squirrel to a dog and a cat. You just simply can't. You cannot compare. You got to compare apples to apples. You can't compare a squirrel to a dog to a cat, and to a frog. And therefore, there's no fundamentals and there's no framework of comparison. And that's why meme coins can pretty much run as fast as possible. And that is also why retail, when they come into meme coins, they don't value them based on the actual market caps relative to the fundamentals. They value them just based on the number closest to $1. And so what we saw this week was we saw an absolute retail frenzy. And I don't know if the retail frenzy was because of the screenshots that were posted. I don't know if it was because of all the listings that were done on all the individual exchanges, like Pepe listed on Coinbase, and then Pepe listed on Robinhood, and then Peanut went and got listed on Binance. I don't know if that caused the weekend, the frenzy, or whether it was Elon and Vivek and Elon tweeting about memes. He was tweeting about Doge. He also tweeted about America was saved by a squirrel and a meme coin, and that obviously drove the peanut price up. I don't know what it was exactly, or if it was a combination of all these things put together. But ultimately, whatever it is, for the first time, we're actually seeing retail back into crypto this cycle. And I tweeted it yesterday because I saw many signs that told me that retail has actually arrived for the first time in the cycle. Some of them were very obvious. It was people sending me screenshots like that, and I got a lot of these screenshots. That was one. The others were a little bit more complex and a little bit more technical. You can see the growth in our YouTube subscribers. Just look at how parabolic the growth in our YouTube subscribers went here. I think we've picked up like 10,000 subscribers this week. That just shows me that retail is very back, and there is a retail frenzy right now, and all they want to do is they want to make money like their friends. They've come here to emulate the success that all their friends have had, and the success has been made in meme coins. And so I think we're heading for a very strong weekend, because I think I echoed the sentiment of this tweet over here. He says, it's from OSF, and he says, this weekend could be a big one. Every crypto curious normie with a 9-to-5 job is going to be spending their weekend trying to get involved. The week after next, it's Thanksgiving and holiday season. Robinhood and Coinbase and Binance are listing amazing memes. And so now the stars are aligning, in my opinion, for full retail mania. So I really believe that this weekend is going to be a very strong weekend for memes, providing the market holds. And the reason why I think that is because this week, a lot of millionaires have been made, word's getting out, and a lot of people who do still have 9-to-5 jobs, they're going to want to spend this weekend researching how to get in. And so I guarantee you that phantom wallets will be downloaded. I guarantee you that meme coins will be the ones to actually pump this weekend. So that's what's happening. And what's happening while this is all happening is that the big exchanges, the Binances, the Coinbases, the OKXs, are seeing this frenzy, and they want in. And the reason why they want in is because they are seeing how high the fees are in all of this. They're seeing how much money Pump.Fun is making. They're seeing how much money Moonshot's making. They're seeing how much revenue Radium is making. And the big exchanges want in. And that is why I think we're at the beginning of a meme coin super cycle. And when I say to you, at the beginning of a meme coin super cycle, I believe that the combination of everything that's happened in meme coins and the fact that the exchanges are all now playing the game and trying to get as many people as they can into their exchange using the meme coins as the bait to get the signups. When you combine those forces, I think we're at the beginning of a meme coin super cycle. And when I say the beginning, I just want to show you why I say the beginning, because it's actually all based on data, right? So the data is this data over here, where what I looked at the NFT market, which you can say the NFTs were last season's meme coins, right? And you can see the NFT market at its peak was $27 billion. That was the peak of the NFT market, right? If I look at the meme coins today, let me go back here. So let's look at the market cap of the NFT. So NFTs made up 25%, $480 billion market cap. NFTs made up 25% of the total market cap in the peak in the previous cycle, right? That is, so out of a $2 trillion market cap, NFTs made up $480 billion of that market cap, which is 25% of the total market cap. If I compare that to the total market cap of meme coins, which is now under 113 billion. Obviously, it keeps moving. It was 110 billion when we made this chart. But what you can see is that currently, meme coins only account for 3.81% of the market cap. So whereas NFTs in the these are the highest price. Let me see if I can get you the total market cap. So if you take the total NFT market cap, the total NFT market cap landed at being 25% of the total market cap of all the coins. Meme coins are currently sitting at 3.81%, which means that if you just look at the two charts, you can just see how much more this meme coin super cycle has to go before we reach the top of the super cycle. But then you got to also remember three things. The first thing, or actually four things. The first thing is that you got to remember that the market this time is way bigger than the market was last time. There's been way more adoption. There's been way more acceptance of cryptocurrencies. There's been way more user adoption, and all those old users are still somehow connected. That's the first reason why this cycle is going to be bigger. Second reason why this cycle will be bigger is because the truth is, meme coins are way more fun than NFTs. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but NFTs were fun. But meme coins are much quicker. They're much higher dopamine. They're much more fun, and they're much more inclusive. I found NFTs to be super exclusive. They left out a whole lot of people. The third thing is that meme coins are very easy to buy. Like last season, buying an NFT was quite hard. Today, you want to mint and buy an NFT. You go to pump.funds, click, click, click. You can buy yourself an NFT, a meme coin. And the last reason is that unlike the NFT rush, centralized exchanges have given normies the opportunity to buy meme coins, which they didn't have in the NFT cycle. The NFT cycle, to buy your NFTs, it was so complicated. You had to have an account, you had to plug it into ETH, you had to go to OpenSea, meme coins, you go to the centralized exchange where everyone is onboarded, and you land up, and anyone can land up buying these meme coins. So when you put those four factors together, the fact that the market is way bigger, the fact that memes are much easier, the fact that memes are way more fun and they're inclusive, and the fact that centralized exchanges now give everybody the opportunity to get into memes, what you realize is that this meme coin cycle can actually be much bigger. In other words, we can get to much more than 25% of the actual market. And that is what the exchanges are actually fighting for. And the reality is that the fight is actually between probably the top three exchanges. So it's between Binance, Coinbase, and OKX. And if you look at the number of users that these platforms have, you can kind of see where the battle is actually being fought. So obviously the biggest one is Binance. Now, the link that we got, or the report that we got, gave us 200 million users. I did see that Richard Tang actually said today we have 240 million users on Binance. And I think a lot of this has got to do with the meme coin communities. You've got Coinbase, it's got 105 million users. You've got OKX with 50 million users. You've got Robinhood with 25 million users, and that's according to a report that we saw over here. Robinhood has over 24.8 million users, and that was just slightly earlier this year. What you're seeing is that the battle for these meme coins is being fought by these exchanges. And what do these exchanges actually want? Well, what these exchanges actually want is very simple. They want to open new accounts, they want to make money from trading volume, and they want to keep their customers safe. That's pretty much all that these exchanges actually want. So these exchanges are all fighting to open new accounts, to make more money from the trading volume, but ultimately what they want to do is they want to keep their customers safe. And so now what's happened in the last couple of days is that these exchanges have started to fight to list the meme coins, okay? And when I say fight to list the meme coins, after not doing many exchange listings in the last 20 days or so, Binance has listed Hippo, Peanut, Act, Bonk, Mudang, Goat. So you're seeing that these exchanges, in fighting for their customers, for the new accounts, for the trading volume, and obviously while keeping the customer safe, they're starting to get really, really, really aggressive on listing these meme coins. And to that end, what we've noticed recently is that Binance has started to create a framework by which it will start listing meme coins, right? So what they did was they first wrote a report, and they wrote a report which summarized the type of meme coins that they're looking for. And what they're looking for is they're looking for strong, active communities behind a fair launch that gives everyone access, avoiding tokens that are controlled by the cabal or insiders. They prefer tokens with a cultural appeal, and they also consider that there's a real demand or trading interest for these tokens. So Binance now has a framework. Because Binance has this framework, they are starting to list a whole lot of these tokens pretty fast. And then, of course, all the other exchanges like OKX, Coinbase, Bybit, they want to try and beat Binance to it, because the first exchange to list the token on the markets will win the new accounts and make money from trading volume. And I had a discussion with one of the execs at one of the big exchanges, and they told me that on one meme coin listing, one single meme coin listing, they landed up signing up over 1 million new accounts. So can you imagine? I don't want to say what the exchange is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I don't want to say which exchange it is, but I can tell you that the founder of the exchange told me that they signed up over 1 million new accounts because of one meme coin. So now you understand why the exchanges are starting to fight to get these meme coins. Okay, so then the question says that if you can identify which meme coins will be listed, which exchanges they'll be listed on, when they will be listed, you can land up making a lot of money. And if you can then identify when to sell these meme coins, then you can really make a lot of money. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you a list of coins that are about to be listed on Binance or one of the big exchanges. And I'm going to show you the criteria which we found. So let's quickly go and look at the exchanges. So remember, when we talk about a listing, there are two types of listings. The first type of listing is a perpetuals listing. It's when the exchange doesn't list the spot of the token. It is when the exchange lists the perpetuals only. Okay, so you'll see that in this summary over here, what I've done is I've said, look, these tokens over here, the orange ones, only got futures listings. The purple ones got spot and futures, and the green ones just got spot. And what we realize is that you first got to understand the type of listing that is happening. So if I look at this here, you can see that every time that we get a futures listing, not much happens. So futures don't really create demand. The same thing happened with Bonk, the same thing happened with WIF, the same thing happened with Mudang. When we get a futures listing, the futures listing typically does nothing. So you're looking for, the first thing that you're looking for is you're looking for the type of listing. And the type of listing that you want is you want a spot listing. And the reason why you want a spot listing is because that is what the majority of normies are trading. The majority of normies aren't trading on leverage. They're too scared of leverage. They don't know how to use leverage. And so what you want to do is you want to look out for the spot listings, not the futures listings. And you maybe want to use futures to leverage the announcements of the spot listing. So let me show you what I mean. We got a futures listing here on Bonk. Nothing happened. We got a spot listing over here, and we got a massive spike up. Same thing with WIF. We've got a futures listing over here. We've got a spot listing over here, and then we've got a massive spike up. And the same thing with Mudang. We've got the futures listing over here. The spot listing happened over here, and then we've got a massive spike up. So the type of listing that you're looking for is you're always looking for a spot listing. When you see a futures listing, don't worry about the futures listing. That's not exciting. So that's the first thing that you actually want to be looking at. Then what you want to be looking at is you want to be looking at which tokens are going to be listed, and when they're going to be listed. Because if you can get it right, you can maybe pull off what I pulled off today. I said I heard Mudang Binance spot listing soon. And then what we got is we got the OKX spot listing. And I'll show you why I made that mistake. But I'll show you the methodology, and you can just apply the methodology yourself, right? So here's the Mudang futures listing. Nothing happened. And then here we got the spot listing, and we got 60% up. I was making 10x leverage, and so I made 600% on the spot listing. So again, question, what are exchanges looking for? They're looking to open new accounts. They're looking to make money from trading volume, and they're looking to keep customers safe. Now, how do you translate that into criteria of what meme coins you should be looking for? And the answer is pretty simple. You are going to look for meme coins that have an increasing number of holders, because the increasing number of holders translates to new accounts, right? You want meme coins with an increasing number of holders. You want meme coins that have lots of holders, because lots of holders and increasing number of holders bring more new accounts to exchanges, right? Where do you get that information? Very simple. You go to holderscan.com, you put in the ticker, and the ticker will show you the growth in the number of holders. And in fact, here you can actually see the growth in the number of holders that you can have over here, and you can filter it. And that comes from holderscan.com. So that's the first thing that you're looking for. You're looking for exchanges want to open new accounts. New accounts means increasing number of holders, because they want to bring those holders to their exchange. Number one. Next thing is exchanges want to make money from trading volume. So what you're looking for is you're looking for charts that start low and go up. Why do we want that? Because that creates a vibrant community. Charts that start low and go up create a rich and a happy community, right? So if you look at all the success listings of all the best tokens in the world, they all start low and they go up. Let me give you some examples. Let's look at Peanut. I can give you hundreds and hundreds of hundreds. What we know about every single successful meme coin out there is that the more successful meme coins all have charts that start low, accumulate a very healthy community, and then land up going up and going up like crazy. And I'm not going to go through many more examples, because I think they all look like that. Then you're looking for increasing on-chain volume, because remember, exchanges want volume. And so what they're looking for is they're looking to places like this, and they're looking to see where we can get increasing on-chain volume. And so they look at the number, the volume that is traded, which you can find basically anywhere on these deck screeners, Bird's Eye, and whatever else. And you're looking for tokens where you have increasing volume every single day, because the exchanges look at this and say, okay, hold on a second. I can get more volume onto my exchange. Then you need a simple and you need a fun narrative. Exchanges don't want to list swear words. They don't want to list, they just want fun things. They want squirrels. They want dogs with hats. They want hippos. They want simple, fun narratives which are culturally relevant. It's exactly what they said in the Binance report. I'm going to save you the TLDR. They seem to prefer cultural appeal stories, themes that connect with a much larger audience. That's what they're looking for. So if your token lands up meeting these criteria, one, does it have an increasing number of holders? Does it have a low chart that goes up slowly? Does it have increasing volume in chain? Does it have a simple, fun, and safe narrative? And then what you look at, are there other exchange listings? And the reason why other exchange listings are so important is because exchanges want to know that it's safe to list, and that somebody else has done it before them. A smaller exchange has actually done it before them, and they can see whether or not that's done. And so here's a spreadsheet which we will leave below, which shows you which tokens, which we think, by the way, all meet these criteria, which ones are listed on which exchanges, right? So which ones over here are listed on which exchanges, and you can see it over here. We'll leave the spreadsheet for you guys down below. Okay, then we move on to the next criteria. So you now know what type of a listing you're looking for. You also now know how the exchanges are making decisions. But then you got to ask yourself, when is this token actually going to list, right? And the best answer that I can give you as to when this token is going to list is that you need to look for abnormal moves in the volume of the token. And the reason why I say you need to look for abnormal moves in the volume of a token is because you need to understand when the market makers are accumulating tokens to create liquidity, right? So how do we identify that? There's two ways to identify that. The first way to identify that is if you go to Arkham and specifically Wintermute, which is the biggest market maker, and you see that they all of a sudden start accumulating a whole lot of tokens, you know that they are getting tokens so that they can start market making. You know, it's pretty obvious. So you can see that in the last couple of days, all of these tokens that have got these listings and started to fly were all bought up by Wintermute, which is the biggest market maker now that got and all of them have basically shut down. Goat, Mudang, Act, they all of a sudden, a lot of tokens were bought up by the market maker so that they could have liquidity. Another tool, which is a new tool that I discovered, is a tool called Stalk Chain. Okay, now what is Stalk Chain? There's a link below for anyone who wants to try it. It costs about $1 a month. Now, what is Stalk Chain? Stalk Chain allows you to stalk on chain and you can see activity of when things are happening on chain. And specifically, if you went to Stalk Chain and you put in this wallet over here, let's see if we can actually go to this wallet over here. So what Stalk Chain actually does is Stalk Chain shows you abnormal activity in tokens. So here you can see Mudang. We know what this Mudang is. Okay, now we can see that there's a lot of stuff happening in Michi. Keep your eyes on Michi now because there's a lot of stuff happening on Michi. And so you look at the ones that have abnormal activity, but specifically, if you go to Wallet Finder and you specifically put in the token, the address, which was this address over here, what you would pick up is that this address started to get a whole lot of Mudang tokens. And so what you could have said was that, hold on, this is a market maker wallet that is starting to get a whole lot. And again, for that, I use a tool called Stalk Chain. Stalk Chain is the one where you can see the daily trends, you can see the KOL feeds, and you can see which KOLs are buying and which KOLs are selling. There's a link below for anyone who wants to try it. To be honest, I started using this a few days ago, and that is how I found the Mudang trade. I found the Mudang trade because what I could see was that a lot of money was, there was a lot of money being bought up on Mudang, and that money that was being bought up on Mudang was actually going into one wallet. And I said to myself, okay, that's got to be a market maker wallet. And why are market maker wallets all of a sudden getting a whole lot of tokens? Because they need to make sure there's actually liquidity. And so that's what you're actually looking for. It costs you $1 a month. If you want, there's a link below. You can try it out. I think it's an amazing, amazing, amazing tool. All right. So now you know what listings you're looking for. You know what the exchanges are looking for, what kind of tokens the exchanges are looking for. You know when the listings are going to happen. But now you also need to know when to get out. Okay, so importantly, when do you exit these things? So let's look at when you actually get out. So there are 3 points that you have to, there's 2 main points that you need to remember. The first thing is when the announcement happens, okay? Obviously, it's great to be in when the announcement happens. So you need to be buying before the announcement happens. Once the announcement happens, the main spike happens between the time of the announcement and the time of trading. So about 80% the spike happens between the time of the announcement and the time that the start of trading actually happens about. Now, it's not a fixed rule. You can see in some cases it's slightly different, but what we are seeing is that the main action happens between the announcement and when the trading actually starts. So you want to get in sometime before the announcement, but otherwise on the announcement, before trading actually starts, you want to get in. And when do you want to exit? Pretty much a couple of days or a day or two after trading, you want to exit because usually that becomes either a slow grind up or a grind actually down, okay? So what you want to do is, and specifically this one has a different chart because Elon tweeted on Peanut just after started trading. But the way to trade these things is to say, get in before the announcement or on the announcement, get out a little bit after trading actually starts. And that's exactly what I did today with Mudang. I got in before the announcement because I saw that the Wintermute account was being filled. I sold, I let it open and start trading. And about half an hour after it started trading, I sold my position. Now, look, did I miss some of the pump? I probably did miss some of the pump. But did I make most of the pump? Let's have a look. Okay, let's look at the hourly chart, the couple of hours. You see, yeah, you can actually probably see it better on the 1 hour chart. So you had the announcement, you had the big candle up from the announcement, probably start of trading was somewhere here, and now it's starting to basically top out. So that is when you actually start getting out of the token. So again, you now know which tokens to look for, you know what listings to look for, you know when to get into the token, and you also now know when to get out of the token. But now we're going to talk about a list of tokens that actually does match these criteria. And I think that if this is where it actually all comes together. So our researchers took a look at all the tokens that don't have the major exchange listings yet. And we basically summarized them into the number of holders, because remember, you got to tick off the chart. Does the chart actually go low and up? Is there increasing volume on chain? And then you've just got to start looking for the big transfers on chain. And so I think we've narrowed it down to a couple of listings that may happen pretty soon. I think the ones that I'm looking for, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, I think pretty much going to get a Binance listing soon. Slurf, pretty much probably going to get the big listings pretty soon. Comedian banana, I wouldn't be buying this comedian banana now. For those of you who don't know what this is the banana with the tape on the wall. I wouldn't be buying this one now because it just listed on OKX yesterday. Popcat is one that I would definitely start looking at. Today, Wintermute bought $2 million of Maneki in the last couple of days. This one I took a position on. Why did I take a position on it? Because I'm seeing the last signs before the listing, which is the fact that there's going to be a thing here. Then you've got Miggles. I saw the transfers yesterday, and I heard the rumors that Miggles may actually be listed on Coinbase, and I posted it directly in our Frontrunners group. I posted the fact that the Frontrunners group is where we can post things when we're not live. And so if you're not already a member of Frontrunners, I highly recommend that you use the Black Friday special to sign up. That's where we post all the alpha, and a lot of people ended up making a hell of a lot of money. You can see let's quickly go and see that. I'm sure there is a link below. Let's quickly just have a look here so that you can see where it is. Here it is. Okay, so you can go and have a look over here. There is a Frontrunners. I wonder, have they started? Okay, here we go. So you can sign up. Okay, the Black Friday promo code is live, so you can go and have a look at it. So Miggles is one that I think is going to get a Coinbase listing pretty soon based on the activity that I've actually seen. Sundog, I believe, is going to get a Binance listing very soon. I think it's starting to happen. Here is the list. I'm going to leave the list down below. My biggest contenders: 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Slurf, Fred, who's Peanuts' raccoon brother, Popcat, Maneki, Miggles, which I think is going to get a Coinbase listing first, and I think Sundog's going to get a Coinbase listing first. I do also think that you should be looking at Klaus. It's a little bit further away, but it doesn't match all the narratives. And later on today, I'm going to drop another one in Frontrunners, which I've seen. But the reason why I don't want to drop it here is I think the market cap is too low, and there's too many people here, and you guys will absolutely destroy the market cap. And that's why I think it's safer probably to do it later on in the Frontrunners group. I'm just scared that with 100,000 or 80,000 people that are going to watch the show, it's going to drive this crazy. Remember, if you want to sign up to Stalk Chain, just use that link over here. It costs you $1 a month. It does show you where all the money is actually moving. If you want to trade any of these tokens, Bybit, BitGet, Blowfin. Let's put some Blowfin links here if for people who don't want to do KYC. Otherwise, remember, this weekend, I'm going to be doing another show for you guys. I've got a great show for you guys on Sunday. Amazing alpha. We're bringing you amazing stuff here. If you enjoyed this, then join the 1 million. Wow, this number is growing really quickly because it's the retail frenzy. It's just, the number is absolutely exploding. I will see you guys again on Sunday back in our offices. Remember to let me know what you think of our new offices or our new backgrounds. See you guys again on Sunday. Until then, trade well, my friends.